Lil Durk reveals he confronted Dababy over NBA Youngboy album. That shit sold how much? A new scandal shook the internet when on May 24th, rapper Lil Durk revealed that he confronted his colleague Dababy over their album with NBA Youngboy. What happened? What did Lil Durk say that set the internet on fire like never before? Let's find out together in this new video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because I bring you the latest news about the world's most famous and controversial rappers. In an episode of the podcast hosted by DJ Academics, Lil Durk talked about everything that has happened with NBA Youngboy and their long-standing feud. Furthermore, he also revealed that he had a heated argument with his friend Dababy over recording an album with NBA. Let's remember that the animosity between Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy dates back a long time, perhaps about 3 years, when the friendship between the two rappers broke due to issues between them that I'll summarize for you in a moment. Regarding the feud between the two rappers, Durk told Academics that there was no possibility of reconciliation because a member of NBA's crew was responsible for the murder of his best friend and colleague, King Von. Let's recall that the death of King Von shocked all of his fans, who wasted no time in exploding on social media. Do you remember what happened in this case? Let's take a look. On November 6, 2020, King Von was with a group of friends at the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. What seemed to be a typical night of celebration turned into a brawl between King Von's crew and Quando Rondo's crew, known as Never Broke Again NBA, who had long-standing issues. During the brawl, a member of NBA pulled out a gun and started shooting at the other crew, turning the place into a combat zone. At that moment, 2 people fell to the ground, one who died immediately and another who was wounded, who turned out to be King Von. He was immediately transported to the hospital, but the bullet had caused havoc and irreparable damage to vital organs, so he passed away after a few hours. You're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Lil Durk? Well, don't worry, because I'm about to tell you. It turns out that Lil Durk and King Von became very good friends, and the latter ended up signing with Durk's record label, which offered him the opportunity to become famous nationwide. In other words, there was a strong connection. The problem with Youngboy started to arise when he began releasing songs where he claimed responsibility for the events that occurred at the nightclub on the night King Von died. Will it be true or false? We may never know unless there is an investigation or a legal confession in front of a judge. What we do know is that these songs deeply impacted Durk, creating a profound enmity between the two. And how could it not when he was mocking his best friend? During the podcast, Academics asked Durk if he was scared of Youngboy and what he was capable of. Let's remember that supposedly, Youngboy was the one who killed King Von, so this question becomes quite interesting. Durk didn't hesitate to respond to Academics. Me? Scared of who? What has he done to scare me? Nothing. He took the opportunity to send a message to Youngboy. I speak on behalf of all Chicago. You're not here? Then shut your damn mouth. You said something about Von, but you didn't do anything. You haven't done shit. Durk knows that what Youngboy says is just talk, because allegedly, the killer of King Von was arrested and faces charges of murder and drug trafficking. Lil Team, as he is known, was accused, arrested, and then released on bail for the murder of King Von, but later got arrested again after a lengthy police chase that ended in his rearrest. Now, going back to the podcast, Durk was very straightforward with his message. That shit fucked everybody up, he said of Von's death. When a real gangsta gets taken out by, like, a nerd-type motherfucker, Quando's a little boy.
Quando's a little boy.
I used to have him like this, mimics putting him in a headlock and giving him a nuggie, saying, fuck 63rd, me and Von. Google it. No, I didn't have him in a headlock, but I'm saying like he was saying, fuck 63rd. He was also asked about his tweets, where apparently he reignited his feud with NBA after some comments made on the social media platform. But another controversy in this ongoing story? Well, yes. It doesn't really seem like this has a near end. Es que NBA también descargo contra Durk en respuesta al tweet que hizo. What did the tweet say? Something like, humble, I don't get played with just YouTube. NBA didn't like this, and almost immediately responded by calling him a bitch, and also insulting Academics for inviting him to his podcast. It seems like he got very offended because he replied with the following. At Lil Durk, you're a bitch and a filthy whore, and it shows, he wrote. And at Academics, you're a fat, pure whore who is wrong. From now on, #richest op. He continued. At Lil Durk, ha ha ha, did you ever realize that you only get a buzz when one of your friends dies? Think about it, scary bitch, you know I'm not lying, ha ha #fact. Well, this actually seems like a response from a child seeking attention. But well, that's his business. Furthermore, what really bothered Durk was that he also went after his girlfriend, tweeting the following. At India Royalty, tell that pussy bitch he bet not drop he ain't thang pretty lady, he tweeted. At Academics, you steady talking about sales, bitch. I'm paid, you can't manipulate me, clown, you embarrassing yourself. Simple fact. I can't be fucked with, that's why I'm dropping. Cause all you N-word hoes and I'm better. Apparently Durk didn't pay much attention to this because when Academics asked him about these messages, he only responded. That yelling down the phone down thing, that's it, he clarified. Everything else, I promise you, I don't think about that, man. Zero. I was shocked when I woke up to that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? It gotta be a fake page. Definitely, it seems like Durk is on another level and doesn't really see NBA Youngboy as his competition. In fact, he told Academics that he hardly pays attention to him and is focused on his own affairs. What caused controversy in this matter were the statements regarding his new album when he was asked about how he was handling the issue with NBA Youngboy and his career. Why would I use you for promo when I know I'm gonna outsell you? He asked. A motherfucker sit up here and be like, you're gonna outsell him, but he have a bigger generational influence. So who's using who for promo? I'll put this on all my kids. When we were doing the, all that shit, that was cool. Right now, I don't need that lil boy. This podcast was a barrage of information and replies from Durk, as he also told fans and haters that it was absurd to think that Youngboy was the reason he delayed his album. Let's remember that the album was scheduled to be released on May 12th, the same day Youngboy would release his album, Richest Op. This sparked a great controversy among fans of both artists, as they attacked each other and speculated about the reasons. It also generated mockery from Youngboy towards Durk, who mocked him, further fueling the rivalry between them, and saying that he was a laughingstock in the music world. I know you want to know what he said, so here are the tweets. This is what he said. Bitch-ass N-word, you pushed back. You bet not ever try it again. Don't play with me. Flood my watch, mama, this lil top N-word, the Baton Rouge native said in the clip while dancing to I Got That Shit, one of 17 new tracks off his aforementioned project. Could the release of Youngboy's album be the reason Durk delayed his own release? Although Durk claimed that the last artist to sign off got my album pushed back, who could have been the artist that caused the album to be delayed? Could it be one of his features, Future, J. Cole, 21 Savage, Kodak Black, or the late Juice WRLD? Or on the contrary, was it the pressure to release his album on the same day as Youngboy? Each one has their version, but the reality is that the album was postponed to May 26th. Now, if all of this comes from an extensive background, what made this interview on Academics' podcast put Durk back in the spotlight? Academics asked Durk what had happened with Dababy after the release of his album with Youngboy, but the question didn't seem to bother him. On the contrary, it seemed to amuse him. Durk revealed that he confronted the North Carolina rapper backstage during Future's One Big Party tour, which embarked on a brief U.S. tour in January, over a DM dispute from last year. An affiliate of OTF, Memo 600, mocked Dababy after the low sales of his album in collaboration with Youngboy. What does Durk have to do with all this? Remember that among gangs there are no individual responsibilities. What one of yours does is also your responsibility. Basically, that's what happened. Durk spoke about this and shared what he had discussed with him. I DM'd Dababy and told him, I'm like, hey fam, whatever you got going on when y'all doing a tape, that's y'all. You feel me? Durk told Academics. That's when the other bullshit came out, waving the white flag in my DM. All of this happened after King Von's posthumous album was released, and while Von sold 60,000 copies, surpassing their projections for the release, Dababy only managed to sell 25,000, less than half of what Von did. Undoubtedly, this caused friction between the two camps competing to dominate the hip-hop market in the United States. After the controversy, Dababy tweeted and unloaded, "Y'all towel boy ass N-words funny as hell," the BOP rapper wrote on Instagram. "Y'all on the internet playing trying to run your stripes up while y'all big dog in my DM waving the white flag. Y'all N-words must not be on the same page over there at OTF, but check this out. It ain't a gang, city, N-word, or neighborhood in the world scary enough to make baby pick and choose who to get money with N-word. I ain't one of them. And since academics' job is to investigate and get to the bottom of his questions, he directly asked Durk if he still maintained communication and friendship with Dababy. Of course, he responded, "So you don't fuck with Dababy no more?" Ack asked, to which Smirk replied, "See, Dababy situation was a little different because we chopped it up before it went down. So when we chopped it up in the DM, we already handled it. We don't have a problem with nobody, man. We don't want smoke with nobody. I don't want problems with nobody." He also said, "If you fuck with anybody that harmed my people, I can't fuck with you," he declared. "I'm not into it with you, like if I see you, I ain't saying I'm finna kill you, I just ain't gonna fuck with you. It's not just music, it's Vaughn. 'Cause that's what the whole situation about. It's not like no street fight where it'd be like, man, y'all squash that shit." Do you think this controversy will have a happy ending? Will Lil Durk, Youngboy, and their gangs continue to make headlines in the coming days, months, or years? We don't know, but what we do know is that these music wars between bands that exchange tweets with each other don't seem to be heading towards a good outcome. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Until next time.